the psychology of software engineering. So, what is the intent, thought behind the software engineering? Here we have Bill Curtis and Deanne Walls. So, in this seminal paper on the psychology of software engineering, these two eminent people, they suggested a layered behavior model for software development, and that they presented in their seminal paper. Okay, because software engineering is not all about product, tool, techniques. There has to be some behavioral model also. So there is a problem because you are solving a problem. Software is a problem. You are providing a solution, which is a software. So there are individuals. Individual makes a team. Then there is a project under which this team work. The company in which this project is coming, and then the business environment. So at an individual level, the software engineering psychology is all about knowing the problem, applying the problem solving skill, and then how to do or how to implement the solution within the constraints which are put up by the outer layer, which are the business environment, company, etc. At the team and project level, these two levels, the group dynamics becomes a very important and dominating factor. Because here people are involved, how they're interacting, how they're working. So here the communication, collaboration, coordination, because you are as an individual, how you're communicating with the, say, project manager, developer, how they are talking, the project manager and the stakeholders, how they are talking, how they are getting the information, how they are, deploying, etc. At the outer layers, if you go, the organization behavior, it governs the action of the company and its response to the business environment. Why would people want to go to Google? The environment, the way of working, everyone wants to go there. So here organization behavior is governing the action of the company. At the team level, because here it is a group of people. So what has happened? We have already created boundaries. I am a project manager. He is a project leader. We don't talk. Developer, why would we talk to? We have assigned the tasks. He will do it. But the thing is, the face-to-face conversation, which is the key of the agile methods, is important. So now there are people who are suggesting boundaries spanning roles here to allow members of the software team to move across these boundaries, because we have already made certain boundaries. We should not talk, or we are senior, either he is junior, like this, or this is different team. The IT team is not good, like this. So these boundaries spanning roles, these roles may come by itself, or you can assign them explicitly. They can even evolve naturally in certain companies. Sometimes the companies which follow a very professional way, there is a product owner, project manager, and he's taking care of the software architect, developers, the software designers, the people who look for the quality assurance people, then the business who take businesses and see the environment of other businesses. These are business analysts. So these are the roles for boundaries spanning roles. First is ambassador. Now ambassador is those, they are negotiating with the others about the time and the resources, and they are getting the feedback from the stakeholders who is going to give you the project or who has given you the project. Scout. Now he crosses the team boundary. See, there is an organization, there is a team. So he is crossing the team boundary and he is trying to collect the organizational information. Okay. The information can be inside, it can be outside. So this scouting is all about scanning the external market. What is the new technologies which are coming up, and identifying the relevant activities which is outside the team, and what will be the potential competition for the company. For example, say Facebook and Google. These are two companies. The scout has to work for it. Guard. Now, the name suggests it is protecting the access to the team work product. There are various work product like the documentation, like the software code, etc. So he has to guard. Sentry. Now here, the flow of information has to be controlled. That stakeholder is giving the team is sending. So the sentry is all about controlling the information. Then the coordinator. So certain thing comes up, how to communicate, how to solve the problem within the organization. For example, in order to discuss certain specific design problem or a modeling problem with a group of specialists inside the organization, we need a coordinator. So these are the roles of trying to find out the boundaries, spanning or moving across the boundaries which we have artificially created.